Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Lab TV and Gafudu Sakboho, your faithful servants here on Lab TV. And here we today at the University of Parakou again because we've been here about a week ago. We were here about a week ago, and then today we have another club. And the question is, why creating another club when there is already a larger one on the campus? To answer that question, we have here the founder of this club. He's going to tell us a bit about that new club and what they've been doing. And so, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Please, could you first introduce yourself to our viewers?
Yeah, with pleasure. The name is Nathan Villon. So I am here. I am a coach at the American Corner of the University, leading programs over there. And I'm the founder of Lions English Club, which is the second English club of the University of Parakou. So this is surely what I can just say. And I'm the president, the CEO of the center, Bilingual Training Center, Le Cerveau Benin. You know, training students, preparing them even through the TOEFL program and even about the speaking, the sounding, the fluency, and so many other things dealing with language.
So first we're going to talk about the club. Why create a new club or a second club when there's already a bigger one that can contain everybody?
Yeah, the first thing to be known is that when I get here, I was like a newcomer.
Okay.
I was not known before, so when I get on the land, I told myself, what could I do? And then this gotta be really helpful to my brothers and sisters, because we clearly remarked that our system, our university system, always trains students very well at the writing skills, but not complete at the speaking skills. And so many are so great when it's time to write, but they're having a serious problem at speaking. So I told myself, the moment you can teach, you can share what you know, you can teach, the knowledge, God help you, mastering then to others. This is the blessing you could have, is a blessing you could have. And at the same time, you could create a family where, you could also be a leader. And this is the vision why I do create the second club. And I can say the last, vision was to create something like an environment of competition, not a positive environment of competition where we could organize, why not, challenge between these clubs, and why not, congratulate the best one every year. And this could motivate the second one to do more in order to challenge next year. Why not be in the top next year? And it's going to be something like a collaboration between both of us.
I hear you. I understand. Yeah. I think you're making a good point here. The spirit of competition is very important. But instead of going ahead to create a new club, you could have made suggestions to the big club. Okay, I have ideas of things we can do to improve our activities in the club, and then they could have simply taken that into account and to improve.
Yeah, I could say that after creating the club, because when I get there, I was not first of all informed that there was a club in advance.
Okay.
And I was already working with my learners before understanding that there was a club already there working and collaborating with learners. And finally, we had the chance to discuss with some lecturers, and they were willing find a contract together, collaborate together, and then so that I may tell my learners to join the club, and then we may just have a family of learning. But so many of those kind of meetings were not really, didn't finally get to the right point, because we discussed some hours, but we didn't succeed because everybody was willing to be a leader, and each leader was about having his.
So it was a leadership problem.
It was a leadership problem because they were willing to be the top and the only one there, and then they were not willing to see me among them as a leader. And I finally understand that I don't know maybe the right reason why things were like going that way, but I was really willing to collaborate with them and then bring my contribution so that this club may be one of the best. But as they were already there before my arrival, then people of the land has to play the power of land. So they what they just did. And then
so your club is a Lions English Club.
Lions English Club.
Why Lions English Club?
Lion because taking lion as a symbol, because I said to myself, in the forest, lions is the king of the forest. We always say. So for us, is defining the family as okay, the family where you could find your best English speakers. So best
okay.
English speakers, because the challenge, and then we daily work in order to bring it up. So that's the
Okay. So could you tell us a bit about the club? What do you do? What are the activities that you really carry out in your club? What do you exactly do?
Yeah, the club as well. We work in different kind of sections. We have beginner section, where the newcomers, when students freshly get in, then we help them to get through the beginner section first, and the beginner section help them to master the basic notion of the language, because there are even some students from FASEG and other in department where English is not the subject, but we try to give them the passion about the language, and then giving them the passion about the language could be called Ursamin to create a short form, like short session to them, and then when they get there, then we help them knowing personal pronouns, the verbs, and then we start with the basic notion of the language, and then by the time going now, they by looking at the way they're progressing, then we see, okay, now you're ready, because you can try to speak a little bit, then you can join the other sections, and as other section, we have a drama section, we like leading debate section, and sometimes synchronizes too, and that is what I have. But finally, we lately now we did things, and we finally decided to have just 3 sections. So beginner section, and after beginner section, the intermediate sections, and then the head section. So this is how
you just mentioned drama section. You mentioned
debate sections,
and this looks like similar to what the clubs are doing as activities. Why don't you try to be creative and bring something really new instead of really just copying what other people are doing?
Now I always say something, nothing could be done on earth without copying somebody. That's all what I always said. And when we take, for instance, Titi Gwete English Club in Carver University, and I had a chance to work with them. And even YE today, the first club today, they could never say that we don't take the club as an example and as a model. Everybody like trying to copy, what is the best. And today, when you see that something could, is always done, and then is really good for your people, then you can create it. Then the content,
you don't want to invent the wheel that already exists.
Exactly, but finding changes could be added in the different content to be taught. But for me, I always tell what is the name given could be saved, but the content taught in could be changed. So this is the way I just perceive things.
Right. So Lions English Club is located inside the University of Parakou.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you have members that come from outside the campus?
Yeah, for the moment we have no member getting out from the university. We're working with specialist students on the university. And maybe next years and in the years coming, we may have the chance to have new members and fresh members coming from other part. But we focus on the university. We're giving our best to the student of the university, because we think it will help them, ending the 3 years and defend, the bachelor, and then finally being able to speak the language in their professional life. Then this gotta be so useful to them.
How many members are we talking about today in Lions?
Probably we already about 80, 90 members, students now officially registered and then working with us. And we are a wide family, and we're so proud of it.
Okay, so and where do you guys hold your meetings, and what day of the week do you meet?
Yeah, we're working on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. And we do sometimes choose some the garden places. So Garden Badamasi, or sometimes we're there just in the garden in front of the Sopon amphitheater. And sometimes then we just stay also in the empty pool. We can just see before the validation room of the inscription validation room. So this is just where the
why don't you guys have a room where you just doing it like in open air space or something? So
I could say that now when I get here, we started thing like that because we were in lack of means. It's quite clear, because we were just like starting, and then not having sponsor back, and then godfathers were not ready to support. So it wasn't a hard moment that we do succeed to keep going and then keep leading the club.
Okay.
But today, by God's grace, then I've all just opened my center. Then we're trying to bring more comfort in the center because it's not yet what we really desire to have, but because it's from our own means that we're developing the center.
Okay.
And we hope that progressively we're gonna succeed. You know, now getting back to this comfort was really neat, and then the center could be the area, the place where the club will be just leading his different sections.
All right. Thank you. I can see you guys are really great. But what within a year, what have been your achievements that you can really be proud of? That okay, Lions English Club has achieved this. We have achieved this. We have achieved that.
Okay, and within a year, I can say that on more than 80 students in the club. When we were about starting, just one could be, I could say, just one among them was so good, a little bit good at the language, and then could be able to speak and hold a conversation for more than 5 or 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But today, I know that there are more than 35 or 40 students in the club right now are able to hold a conversation, discussing with people, speaking without being afraid, holding the floor, and I'm so proud of it, and I think that is the first achievement. And the second achievement was that we finally we succeed to help our students being in uniform, and then they have their own uniform, they have the budget and everything, the card. And
we're not seeing any of all these things, uniforms and everything. That's
it's because it's that a day of working.
But you are not you're supposed to come here with your uniform as the club. Yeah, that's your identity, right?
Yeah, here is one of the sample of the uniform that they all wear, because we have here the president, current president, and then the organizer. They are by my side.
All right.
So I've just told them we got a meeting, we got an interview today, so you have to be around.
All right.
So we look forward to meet you other day, and then you could be able to assist to one of our meetings and then see exactly the quality of job that we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, we wish it.
All right. So before we move to the last question, but tell me, if I'm a new student here on the campus, and I want to choose a club, why should I choose Lions English Club, and why not go to the YE?
What is a great question.
but that makes sense, right?
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
I could say that everybody's like defending his association, but I think humility is the first value I always developed.
Okay.
And I've been open to everybody, and even my students and my members of my club could just with necessary, I always smile with everybody.
Okay.
And and I'm not a boss, and I always tell it, I'm not a boss, but I'm a leader.
Are you trying to avoid my question or what?
No, I'm not trying. I'm not trying to avoid.
Okay, am I expecting
I said my club.
Yes.
Is full of humble people.
Okay.
This is what I could say.
That doesn't answer my question. Why should I, as a new student, choose your club and not go to?
Okay. The first thing I would say is that my club is the best one I could say. Best one.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying finally.
Okay. In what way is your club the best?
My club is the best one because I think that we have all the skill, we have the human resources required to train people. I can say it.
Okay.
And our different section are offering the chance to student the language.
I see you are the only human resources. I've not seen any other person.
No, but you gotta see there is the president there, and he could be able to even ask some questions. You can and see the nature of English he could be speaking.
Okay.
Then I think I'm surrounded by good leaders, and I'm surrounded by students leaders able right now to teach more. And we live in a family.
Okay.
We live in a family. We work in a family, and we do respect each other, and that is the basis, foundation of every success.
From our previous discussion, it's like you don't have the blessing of the school administration or the university administration.
Yeah, I will know. I won't hide. I won't play around the bush. Now I'll be direct, because I think it's quite important to share some tips, because people are hearing us. They will be viewing our interview. Now I think that when you're doing something great, and people think that you're doing something great, you will be praying God to have support behind you.
That makes sense.
But we in Africa, we're in Benin, and I think the leadership war is a very important situation that we need to solve.
Okay.
And we just pray God especially that day we gotta find leaders and know that and be having leaders and administration leaders to be to support us and understand that there is a club here and there is a leader there, somebody doing something great, somebody helping students, somebody contributing to the promotion of English language.
Okay.
And I know that this could not be they could not take place a day. It's got to be a question of time.
Okay.
And we're ready to wait.
Okay.
We got to be working, we got to be pushing, we got to be hustling, because we know that finally people got to be proud of us and know that, these guys, they are doing a great job. I do believe in. That's why I'm not in a hurry. I always share, the conversation with so many of the administration leaders. They do respect me. They when we get there, we talk. But I know that by the time going, they got to understand that this guy is there for a goal and is there to help. Is there to sacrifice himself to the university. And I hope that day we gotta just be proud to say that it was a long way.
So relationship with the administration is not the only challenge you have. What are the other challenges you have?
But other challenges is that in between leaders and even between the students belonging to the different clubs, because there are most of the time problem with collaboration, because some leaders even direct the participant and the members not to agree to you as a leader.
Okay.
Because they take you as an enemy, and it's clear. And when they see you, even the participant and the learners are not ready to collaborate with you. They are sometimes even afraid to be talking with you because they think, by being talking with you, they could, been, under punishment.
Okay.
And this is so hard. It's a hard environment that we're handling. But I don't believe that the day things gotta change, because not in a stable time and everything's gonna have a change by the time going.
So I see, like most clubs, you guys don't have your own space. You have to use some squares on the campus.
Exactly, simply, and then lead out with different activities. Other problem that we always is maybe the support of the administration. I always say it, because you have no event that you could organize now and then be sure that they gotta just bring your help. Financial help, no support, and we're not asking support from them.
Okay.
Because for us, what we're doing, we hope that from our club, and I always dream that a day from my club I may succeed helping students. Why not traveling and then find good jobs through English language? And then if they finally find a good job, they finally travel and they find a good situation, they could do more than what I'm doing to the next generation coming.
Okay.
Because we were going, and we're praying that the next generation coming and be after us maybe a more capable and able to help the other following us.
But I see you did not mention that you don't have that challenge. Like, you guys have enough money, so money is not your problem at all, because when I asked for challenges, you did not even say anything. So but I'm happy for the first time having a club that has no money challenges.
Yeah, but it's quite money challenge, because we handle these things with our own means, and then we happy with what we have. We daily pray God by being sure that the day, through the success of our members, then the day we could be sure why not to get in money.
Do members have to contribute money or anything?
No, for the enrollment is free of access. We just let them having access as a free access.
Okay.
And then we just meet, and then when it's time, maybe for
how do you print the T-shirts and cards, membership?
Yeah,
cards
about the T-shirts now is it's from their own hand. Is up to them to buy it and then do it by their own. So they just pay it from their own capacity.
Okay.
And then this just what they have just to do, and then after this, then the training is free of access. So
we're right now about to run off, but what do you think, what important call do you have? Probably towards the members themselves, towards the school administration, towards any other leadership in position of supporting you, and maybe any other people.
I'll just send a message to my staff members, because I think they are doing a great job.
Okay.
And you can never be a great leader if behind you they have good people. They always advise me, and sometimes I'm even about taking bad decisions and let myself be ruled by my mood. But they told me, no, you need to control yourself, and this is happiness. We always share that kind of interaction, and I really want to congratulate them for it and tell them that to have me taking Nathan as a leader, they made the great choice, and we know that in the future, good days are ahead. And then to all people, flow winners, and I would just tell them, to even the leaders and administration leaders, I would just tell them, we're not there for a war.
Okay.
We're not there for war. We're not there to bring division in the university, and that's quite important to be known. We're there to promote the speaking. We're there to be, a second hand to the promotion of English language. And we hope that the day they got to understand it. We hope that the day they got to just be proud of us. We hope that the day they got to understand that we are their kids. We are their children, and we need love from them. And discrimination is a sin. Now we tell it. We need the support. We would like to be proud to know that the day when we have an event, that they might be by our side. They may decide they may support us at the same way they're supporting the first club. Because we feel ourselves like orphans. But we think that God is there. And we know that all the people are looking at us and then could be viewing this video. And that they will have, people of good heart, people with the generosity. They could say, okay, then this is, a team, okay, of guys we could just help and then support a little bit, so that they may do best thing, they may accomplish, great record. Maybe
you guys need an official recognition, a certificate saying, we recognize Lions English Club as an organization of the campus.
Yeah, but for the moment that we just linked to the University Association, because the university, the student leading board, the whole list of students living on Parakou University's leading board. We are linked to them. We are partnership with them. So whatever we have as an event, they are with us. They help us, the support us, by the presence. And by the time we're thinking about reiterating the club, nationally, and they have the official numbers of recognition, so that wherever we go, we could why not be enabled to cover the country and then get to spend ourselves. So that's the thing.
Nathan, thank you so much.
Thank you
for joining us.
It is a pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching it. That was Nathan from the Lions English Club. He shared with us some good information about his club, mainly the reason why he has created another club while there's a larger one on the campus here at the University of Parakou. So you now have many options, if I could say so. If you need anything, is there any number to reach out to you guys?
Yeah, well, is my number. Is 96 23 26 and 96. So it's my WhatsApp number, and then directly then you jump on me. So my Facebook page also is around, and then we always share knowledge and information, contents about the club. And then the page, our Facebook page is Lions English Club University UP because University of Parakou. So people can just get connected on and then join us and then follow us every day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching, and see you next time.